YouTube was popping. East New York's finest, hosted by Mike. What is good in your hood? What's going on, everybody? Everybody, what's going on? First off, this video is not gonna be for everybody. This video, fair warning right now. I'm on some old mikesaun007 type shit. For some people out there that may remember my old channel, how controversial it is, and the fact that I don't filter, I don't give a shit. It's still right now a free country. I'm going to talk about a couple of subjects. One, first off, I've been talking about for years how arrogant and how privileged white America and everybody think they are. And at the end of the day, Big Brother don't give a flying fuck if you're white, black, blue, green, yellow, orange, or red. All they care about the color of your bread. And if you're not up there with the Fairchilds, the Humphreys, the Fords, and certain groups, you're just another, what's it called to them? You're inadequate. They don't give a flying fuck, even if you do, and or if they hire and get a system to manipulate shit to have you think you're better than somebody else because of the color of your skin, the color of your hair, skin tone, eye color, and what neighborhood you live in. At the end of the day, you still live in a neighborhood different than them. Point it out. Prime example, Johnny Depp, where they lived at. If you look at that building where they live at, they live 3 or 4 blocks away from grocery stores, people that live in a little apartment complexes. What makes a building great and big and expensive is the extravagance of mainstream media and or word of mouth. You know what I mean? Like, you can live like 4 or 5 blocks on the same street as a person that's paying millions of dollars for a penthouse, and you're paying $1,700 in rent. You know what I'm saying? And you go to the same store, you breathe the same air. You look at a lot of these rich white folks and a lot of rich, famous people's apartments. They got the same furniture, same TVs. Everything you have, they have. They may have more of it. They may not have rented it. But at the same time, they go to IKEA. They go to the same Raymore and Flanagan. They get the same fucking model TVs you got. It ain't nobody got nothing no different than what you got. Unless they got some old, expensive, brand new, crazy ass Macintosh receiver, amplifier, and speaker system. Even that, you get regular people that get that shit. Like, you know, they use the same crutches. You go to the hospital, they use the same medication. And let me tell you something. Everybody's the same air. They breathe in the same air. They use the same water system. It doesn't matter what you do in life. You are exactly the same. Unless you are part of the elite where they shit is more official. And even then, same shit. All right? Now, with that basically being said, now moving on to this shit with aliens. I'm not a person who thinks I'm special or privileged to think I'm better than any or everybody else. I'm just another nigga, another motherfucker who happens to have a lot of information, who knows better, who has common sense, and I don't consider myself a conspiracy theorist. I think of myself as a theorist of conspiracies, a person that knows shit out there. You understand? And I believe in aliens. I always have. People look at people like me as he's a fucking dodo bird. Yeah, he's one of those. And oh yeah, let me tell you something. You can't be that arrogant and conceited to think through all these years now we know how to use these technologies. We got this, that, and third because we evolved. We can evolve everything intelligently and do better to make things Wi-Fi, do all this shit. But we can't somehow figure out to coexist with each other. Like, for instance, you got white folks that sit there and love chocolate. They love chocolate cake, devil's food. Secretly, even racists want to mate and have sex with a black woman and or black male. A lot of them are opposites attract. A lot of them are attracted to black people. They just don't know how to go about it, or because it's frowned upon in their family, how they grew up. Same thing with some blacks and other Latinos. You know, opposites attract, and a lot of people are just too afraid to dip in the pot, and or they figure they'll be ridiculed and out, or you know what I'm saying, outcast and stuff. But it's just fucking ironic and weird how it's okay for you to listen in your car. You don't like black people, but you listen to black musicians. You like black basketball players, football players, Hispanic baseball players, Hispanic and black soccer, aka football teams, black gymnasts, because they're different. Oh, they rich, they have money, they're different than the regular class people. That makes no fucking sense. You like hot chocolate, you like coffee. Again, you have brown and or black dogs and cats, brown and or black and eagles and birds and lizards and all this shit. But because another human being that can communicate with you, be on the same level and do the same exact things you do, that's not an animal or food or beverage, and you hate them because of the color of their skin. Like, that makes no fucking sense whatsoever. People are fucking stupid. Stop being dumb and following behind a norm. Aliens exist because there's no way on this fucking earth you could sit here and convince an intellectual person like me that we are this fucking significant. We killing each other and doing dumb shit over dumb shit. But you mean to tell me that now all of a sudden, I believe in aliens since I was a kid. I knew the government. I knew when J. Edgar Hoover was in office. I did that on purpose, by the way. You know, all these assassinations, the Kennedys, the disbursement of the Black Panther Party, Malcolm X, you know what I'm saying, Martin Luther King, even though Martin Luther King was not, school taught you that he died and he was assassinated in a parking lot. He died of a fucking stab wound in a hospital. They killed him in a hospital because the assassination attempt was failed because he survived. But he died of a, how you get a stab wound? I mean, it makes no sense. You go to the hospital to be treated for a gunshot wound, but then you die of a stab wound. Like, that don't make fucking sense. You know what I'm saying? But, and then all of a sudden, after all this shit, the federal government are some of the biggest crooks, evil, sadistic, con men, and corrupt motherfuckers out there because they work hand in hand with Big Brother. Big Brother tells them what to do, and they lash out the laws to everybody else to keep everybody else in check. You understand? Y'all need to wake up and see shit for what it is. Aliens exist. Now all of a sudden they coming out telling y'all all this shit because somewhere along the line, whatever contract or whatever's going on with them, they realize, you know what, maybe people need to start understanding and knowing what's going on out there. And that's why they're spending so much time with telling you now that there's water on Mars and they finding this out, a new solar system and all this other bullshit and this, that, and the third. You know, there may be an uprising. You know, maybe aliens don't like what the fuck is going on. And they tired of white folks being in charge and they seeing what this planet is doing to each other regardless of your race. And maybe they put us here. Who the fuck knows? We don't know. All I know is whenever the government does anything to make it seem like they trying to, you know, put you onto shit, it's a smoke screen. And they're wicked. They're truly wicked and evil. So they don't really do things for your benefit or our benefit. They do things for theirs. You understand? Like, for instance, this whole thing with the whole Russian and Ukrainian thing. I know for a fact, first of all, when that fucking old decrepit, I hope he died of a bad heart attack, piece of shit, fucking faggot ass President Biden and his fucking coked up ugly ass son Hunter. This motherfucker, when he ran for presidency or stole themselves in office, this old decrepit senile bastard and his piece of shit crook coked up fucking son, once an addict, always an addict. This motherfucker turned around and he got what? How many millions of dollars from the mayor of Russia's girlfriend or something like that? Now all of a sudden this whole shit going on with Russia. Nobody lifted a finger. Now if this was Israel, there would not be no Russia. All of a sudden, everybody that's related or have anything to do with Biden's administration, Biden's people, his lackeys, his slaves, his servants, his children, anybody, they'll be outed. They'll either be killed off and or they would, a lot of shit would be going on if it happened to Israel. But because it happened to the Ukraine, they didn't realize the Ukraine is tough. The motherfuckers are tired of Russia shit, and they're not part of the norm. And they handled themselves very well. And shame on the U.S. and all the other fucking piece of shit countries for not going in and doing nothing because they figure, what do the U.S. what do Ukraine have for us? Then they're gonna sit there and lie and say, oh well, we're giving them billions of dollars. Let me get this right. So you can give a foreign country billions of dollars, but you can't even sit here and house homeless women and children. You can't sit here and put up affordable housing for the homeless. But homeless people and other people are disappearing, and they find out FBI agents, local law enforcement are involved. They got caught up, and they are involved in a lot of exploited, missing, and child molestation and criminal acts against children and prostitution, and how a lot of these fucking people wind up missing. Now, I mean, you know, like, come on, y'all need to wake the fuck up and see shit for what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's not just this country; it's all governments. It's not, I mean, you know, Trump wasn't, you know, a great president. None of them are. They're all full of shit. Obama, all of them. You understand? They're all, you know, somebody might sit here and say, oh, we got another one because I'm ranting. He's anti-government. I'm anti-bullshit. Unfortunately, a lot of wicked, evil, sadistic bastards run the government, so I'm anti and hate them motherfuckers. I don't like Biden. If Biden died of a fucking horrible heart attack in his sleep, Only thing that would make me depressed about that is the fact that I couldn't be there to witness that shit. If his son snorts coke in his head and have a brain aneurysm and die on the spot, I would be upset and feel bad that I wasn't there to watch it. It ain't no law and no crime against me hating my president or his family. Ain't no law or nothing against me feeling whatever fucking way I want. As far as I'm concerned, in this country, I'm still a fucking free person. I have every right to speak my mind. I'm not wishing no harm to come across them from another individual or have any plots or terroristic thoughts toward them. I just freely have my own opinion on what I think about these people in office. And I was always with the Capitol riots. I like the fact that people need to, so every once in a while, the government need to be knocked off their fucking pedestal and realize that, you know what, one man can make a difference, one group can make a difference. You know what I'm saying? And people need to start waking up and realize that, you know what, this government is truly against you. Anytime you can sit there and have Ray and Ra and Buki kill each other in the street and you can never find a fucking killer unless you want to. But you mean to tell me you guys can find, prosecute, and lock up each and every masked motherfucker during the pandemic wearing gloves and covering their facial features? You can find each and every one of these people all around, not just the U.S., all around the world now. Years later, you find all these fucking people and you're prosecuting them to the fullest extent of the law. But you can't find... So you mean to tell me a motherfucker that grew up on special ed or never even finished 9th or 10th grade in school, who could barely read or write or talk with etiquette or have edification, for that matter. So you mean to tell me they're smarter than the federal government and local law enforcement, but motherfuckers who have on gloves and masks, who happen to believe in what they believe in and did what they did during a riot, during the Capitol, y'all went out and said, nah, we can't have this. We can do shit like this. We can fucking false flag and create all this shit and knock down the towers and shit. But you people can't go up against us. Yeah, y'all put us in power and your money, you're slaves because your money pays for all this. But we control you. We tell you what, when, how, and where to do shit. But when you sit here and try to point the finger and tell us what to do, no, we can't have that. Like, look how hypocritical the court system is. You could be caught, like, you could be brought up on charges for anything. You could be, like, a cop could say you jumped the turnstile and you paid, even if the toll booth clerk said you paid. Cop want to be a dickhead, they can lock you up for that. You got to go in the system. Then if you come out, just because you don't want to come back and forth to court, they get your lawyer to lie to you and you take a plea of disorderly conduct. And they sit there and say, oh, well, you're going to get disorderly conduct. Just stay out of trouble for 6 months to a year. And it'll be dismissed. But it's on your permanent record. How you gonna lock a motherfucker up for doing nothing wrong, but because the law or an official who's sworn in, who gets paid by your fucking taxes, sit there and want to be a racist or asshole and use his or her power to just do some fucked up shit? Now you gotta pay for it by taking a plea for something you know you didn't do, but because the law, like, come on, how hypocritical that is. Then they'll sit there and tell you in court, well, is there anybody making you tell the truth or do something against your will? And in a way they are. They're indiscreetly telling you, hey, listen, take this and we'll knock it off. You pay a fine and life is good. Stay out of trouble for 6 months to a year and you're fine. But what if you get into another arrest or anything in 6 months or to a year? What if somebody rob you and you beat the living shit out of him and you go to jail? Now, hey, he just got locked up a couple weeks ago for jumping the turnstile. This is what the law does. They try to find any and every fucking reason to lock you up, get you in the system, whether you're right or wrong. So this way, anytime if something happens to where the law wrongfully does anything to you, they got a record. That's how hypocritical and fucked up the system is. The system does not give a flying fuck about you, even if you think you are important. And maybe that's why aliens are coming. Who the fuck knows? I don't know. I'm pretty confident that whatever's out there can't be that racist and or can't be that violent or as violent as our history shows that we are toward each other. You understand? Because if that was the case, then they would have been came down here and blew all this shit up. Because if you could do whatever the hell you're doing out there, then this planet is nothing. Now, moving on to what I think about all these shootings and shit going on. Let me show you how hypocritical social media, Big Brother, the white man, and everybody is. When that dumbass nigga shot them fucking people, and I had people say, yo, man, you know, that nigga was stupid, man. If he was gonna sit there and do that shit on the train in New York City, he should do that shit in the white neighborhood. You know, why you gonna go to your own hood and do that shit to knowing that is nothing but minorities on a train station? I'll say, yo, man, I had this conversation with somebody at the flea market. And I said, yo, that's a stupid fucking statement. I said, you know what, man, it's too early in the morning for that. Like, I don't even want to entertain that. And he was shocked because he always heard me talking. I said, you know what, that don't make no sense. He fucked it up for us as black folks because us as black folks, we have serial killers, rapists, and niggas doing dumb shit like DC shootings and Carl Ferguson back in the late '90s when he shot up them white folks at the Long Island Railroad and all that dumb shit. You know, but we always had one thing over a lot of the dominant white people, that we don't do all that crazy dumb shit like shoot up theaters and do crazy shit, bombings and all this crap. And now you got motherfuckers like the DC bomber. You got a lot of niggas that's out there now doing dumb shit. But you know what it is? Motherfuckers are fed up with the system. They tired of these motherfuckers getting away with shit. There is no merit. There is no rationalization to why people do what they do. It doesn't matter if you're white, black, blue, green, yellow, or red. Wrong is wrong. And as a people, we need to learn how to coexist with each other and stop this bullshit. Because at the end of the day, I truly believe that, you know, history shows that dominantly more white folks are more evil, show and display more hatred, anger, being very egotistical, very privileged, rationalize everything. Every time they get caught in something, they always want to cry their way out of everything. They, you know, like, they always want to sit there and point blame and fingers on everybody else but them because they feel like they're the dominant race. They run and own everything on earth and you just live here. That, you know what I mean? Hey, history shows and proves that. That's not me being Malcolm X or being a racist nigga. That's just me spitting straight fucking facts and straight truth. I didn't write history. I have nothing to do with why a lot of white folks hate black people, why a lot of white folks do the shit they do, why they secretly have a lot of evil, sadistic thoughts in their fucking heads. For the same reason why a lot of niggas sit back and just think it's okay for us to kill each other and have a lot of envy toward each other and treat each other worse than anybody. And that's why us as black folks don't have the shit we should have, and why Jews run everything and have what they have. Because even if Jaime don't like Raymond, or Raymond don't like David, or David don't like Levy, guess what? At the end of the fucking day, it's all about the community. And that's why they own and have the shit they have. Because they put aside all that petty, non-existent bullshit. I don't believe in religion at all. I think that's just one way of controlling one man to another, and that's just another form of control. That's me personally. I just don't believe in the whole biblical, mystical shit. I don't believe in Santa Claus or the Tooth Fairy neither, or the Easter Bunny. So I'm going to leave that as that. So, you know, like, you got blacks that, I mean, you know what I mean, West Indian restaurants, soul food restaurants I've been to, niggas, since I walk in the door, niggas like, what the fuck this nigga want? You stand there waiting, and like, there's one Jamaican spot on Main Street, right near where I used to get my budget trucks from. I don't think they're Jamaican, but they're definitely Caribbean. They could be Jamaican. Nice little spot. Their food is good. They serve smoothies and everything. And this is in Orange, New Jersey, which is literally a couple blocks from East Orange. Orange, East Orange, West Orange, South Orange, all connected. One big fucking area. Anyway, one day, me and another West Indian guy walked in, and the way these people looked at us, and it was like, yo, this Mexican guy walked in, barely spoke English, and he asked for agua and something else, and he was being very condescending, very anxious, very kind of angry. The black sister and the West Indian brother, well, they both West Indian, was standing there trying to help this guy, placate him, and I'm like, look at this shit. Look at this shit. As soon as I walk up, she ain't say good morning, no nothing. Yeah, what do you need? I was like, okay. I guess somebody woke up on the wrong fucking side of the bed. And that's exactly what I said. So then the West Indian guy looking at me, and I said, yo, let me ask y'all a question. Because he was serving me food, and he kind of had an attitude too. But because I was so hungry and my mouth was watering for some ackee, swordfish, and the fried dumpling, I really was in a mood for that. And I should have took my black ass, walked out, and went to the fucking Golden Crust about 4 blocks up. That's why ever since then I don't go to that spot. And I've been there a couple times. Their food is good. It's a little cheaper, and they have less of a line, and it's better parking than going up further. Because going further up, you're more closer to Orange City Hall and an Orange Police Department and municipal building, and it's easier to get tickets and it's close to the bus stop, etc., etc. So another West Indian dude come in and he's ordering. So they already got my stuff near the register. We're talking, and then I'm looking and I'm like, damn, man, y'all act like there's a fucking funeral in here. Why is it that people can't walk around and be happy that they woke up this morning? It's like, I'm in here, I'm spending my money, and y'all motherfuckers are acting like, acting like I'm like y'all doing me a fucking favor. I'm like, this is why a lot of niggas' businesses don't last. And I said that shit, and I said, yo, like, what the fuck? So I waited for him. So she's sucking her teeth, and the guy standing there looking at me. Then the other West Indian guy that came in with dreads, he's like, yeah, man, like, what's with the shirt? And he's West Indian. And I waited for her to bag up everything, and she said, well, is that it? And I said, as a matter of fact, bitch, keep your shit. And I walked right the fuck out, and I said, brother, good luck. He said, man, as a matter of fact, he said, yo, man, you know what, respect, man. And he walked right, he said, man, let me hold the door. He walked right out with me, and they both stood there looking stupid. You understand? Us as black folks, we ain't gonna never get nowhere because that Willie Lynch, this nigga, this house slave, the house slave, and the field nigga mentality we have. Even West Indians with that, your Yankee, your this, your that. You call somebody Yankee, and the same motherfuckers that, like, you're still colonized by the goddamn British. So how you gonna sit here and call somebody a Yankee and you don't even know where that term came from? Knowing that a lot of the British and shit came here and they became the Yankees and shit, but at the same time, your fucking island is still colonized. I mean, you can't even get a fucking degree from Jamaica with that shit coming from England. So why, I don't know why a lot of West Indians walk around with this pride, like, yeah, well, because they dropped y'all off first. So yeah, I ain't no slave. But people, the Yankees like Malcolm X, Thurgood Marshall, Martin Luther King, and so many others, Rosa Parks and shit. We all come from the same fucking island, the same motherland, bro. But it wasn't for Yankees like that, y'all motherfucking coconuts wouldn't even be in this fucking country. So y'all need to stop that bullshit. Acting like you fucking better than somebody because you come from some little crappy ass island. And then a lot of niggas here need to stop sitting here and acting like they better than somebody because the other motherfucker came here, worked too hard, and got a green card. Man, at the end of the day, you are all motherfuckers under the same earth, on the same fucking land, using the same air, under the same moon, the same fucking sun, drinking the same water. We all drink water, whether it comes from embalming fluid. When they do autopsies and all that water gets flushed out in the system, guess where that shit go? When you use the toilet, when you vomit, when you have diarrhea, guess what? All that shit goes in the same fucking ocean, same water stream. Everything is recycled on this earth. Every fucking thing is recycled. Have you ever asked yourself, how is it that when somebody dies, I'm like, damn, if there's so many people on the planet, how the fuck do they keep having all these spots? It's not enough cemeteries on this earth to deal with that. Recycled. Everything on this earth is recycled, man. Way before there was recycled plastic bags and recycled cardboard. Everything is recycled. Cemeteries get recycled. Those big ass cemetery plaques that they put you on the wall, all that shit, a certain amount of time, they crush your shit, burn, do whatever the fuck they want, and they sell that shit to somebody else. Everything. It's too many humans on this fucking earth for people to sit back and think that they're so entitled that no, not me, not my loved one. You ever see somebody get an autopsy? You're nothing. When you cut your ass open, you're nothing. You're some nasty ass, weird colored shit inside, underneath your skin, underneath your bones. You're the same. If somebody cut your ass, they do a Y section, and they cut you all the way down to your belly button, use the chest splitter, cut your shit open like a fucking window, and if somebody put a camera or take pictures of your insides, it's not going to have a picture that says, nigger, projects, Brooklyn, East New York, white person, Long Island, Hicksville, New York. It don't matter. You are a person. You're a human being. The only thing that separates us is our individualism, our way of thinking, how we were raised and grow up. You know what I'm saying? Your skin color. But at the same time, a woman secretes the same. A woman has a period the same. A woman wash her butt. It smells the same whether it's clean or not. Whether a white, black, Hispanic, Asian, or Indian woman wears the same perfume, it's going to smell the same on her. If those people use the bathroom the same, guess what? It's going to be the same scent, same smell. You pass gas, everybody gas smell the same. If a woman washes her vagina, if it's clean, it smells the same way another one is. It has the same working purposes. Some people may secrete or be... Secretion means more wetter. She may be more wetter down there than another woman, and vice versa. But at the same time, it all looks, smells, tastes, feels, and does the same purpose. The same thing comes out. It may look different growing up, but guess what? You're a fucking human being. Just your skin color and the language you speak and what part of this nothing earth you come from has nothing to do with the fact that you're still a fucking human being. Animals don't run around acting like they better than us or better than somebody else. Oh, well, hey, you a white cat. You got gray fur. I don't want to be around your ass. Look at this fucking nigger cat. Translation. Meow, 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 meow. Roar, 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 roar. You fucking nigger dog. Get away from me. You're brown. You're black. Or you got black spots in you. You mulatto. You mixed motherfucker. No. Animals are instinctively what animals are. You get a dog that's raised right and a cat that was raised around dogs, they're going to get along with each other. You train this dog to be some project ghetto ass pit bull, guess what you're going to get? You have a better chance of you leaving your dog around your child or your nephew and that dog mauling that child and or your nephew. If you can put a kitten or a cat with a fucking rat, and guess what? If that cat ate and that rat ate, they'll sit there and lick each other and play with each other. Any animal in any animal kingdom. I done been around birds that been around cat. They'll sit there and play with each other. The cat won't even fucking really attack. Like, yo, it's amazing. But we're supposed to be we're supposed to show humanity. We're supposed to be humans. So why is it that animals in the animal kingdom shows more humanity and act more human or humane than fucking humans? People that's supposed to have the intellectual, that's supposed to be able to control all animals on Earth, do things, move objects, do the shit we do to survive, and have this planet run and run around. But we have so much hatred and anger toward each other, to where some crazy ass white dude years ago with red orange hair can go in a church. Where's Jesus at? Where was the archangel? Where was anything at? Where was these celestial beings at when these people got killed in this church? Where was everybody? Where was Jesus? Ha! Where was the angels? Ha! Where was Joshua? Ha! Where was Job? Ha! Where were they? Ha! Where was the book of Eli? Ha! Where was Corinthians? Ha! Where was it all? Ha! Can you tell me? Ha! Where was everybody? Ha! Where was the demons? Ha! Where was the devil? Ha! Where was Michael? Ha! Where was the saints? Ha! Where was the angels? Ha! When these fucking black people got killed in real life by some crazy ass racist red-headed white devil, and he went up in that church and killed them motherfucking people. But y'all say, oh well, God gave you the free will to do but you gotta pay for your sins. So you mean to tell me if you walk in a room and you see your son stabbing his little sister, you're gonna be like, oh well, I'm just gonna let him stab her to death, and then once he finishes, I'm going to chastise him and he's going to have to pay for it. No, you're going to walk in there and whoop his fucking ass and you're going to call a hospital. You may turn around and beat or stab this motherfucker to death. That's what a human being does. That's what any animal do. Preserve the rights for another one. So why are y'all always sitting here with this religious shit acting like you're better than somebody? You got the Pentecostals thinking they're better than Baptists. Baptists think they're better than Christians. Christians think they're better than Catholics. Catholics think they're better than Buddhists. Buddhists think they're better than Muslims. Muslims think they're better than the Jews that believe in the Torah. Then this one think they're better than that. Then this one think this. And then you got Shiva and Eva and Uga Buga and all this other Buddha and all this other shit. It's just another form of idiots following idiots to think that they're better than other idiots. And everything is self-explanatory. If you sit back and read and do shit for yourself, you will fucking learn and stop following. See, the reason why I don't have the following and the people I have or should have on YouTube, because I'm an individual. You know, like for instance, I was in the first group I've ever gotten, one of the hypocriticalest ones, was 1/6 scale community, Hot Toys. I've had more Hot Toys than anybody up here on YouTube years ago. You know, Hot Toys is a very dominant, very expensive 1/6 scale collection. But because I was selling and get rid of them shits, and it was like just another phase for me, people hated me for it. Because everybody bitched and moaned about Sideshow and Hot Toys. I went up to try to be there for people. Everybody hated me because they felt like, oh, this motherfucker, who this nigga think he is. There was a couple of other brothers up there that they weren't looked at as a threat because they didn't have that persona. You know, they were soft-spoken. They were what white people want you to be. You know, very, very discreet, and they don't want you to look like a threat. You can't look like a regular, ordinary nigga from the hood. And if you are, you got to be very passive and, oh gosh, no, 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 no. That's not me. I'm a straight up motherfucking hood nigga from East New York, Brooklyn. Now, when I say hood nigga, I mean a motherfucking nigga from the streets that's educated and street smart. I don't try to be nobody but who I am. And if you don't accept me for me, and that's why I have the videos I have up here and why I don't have the people I have up here, because I'm that nigga. I'm a motherfucker that you want to fight in the street, and my hand skill, yo, dude, I'm good. Don't let these diabetes and shit fool you. I can take care of myself. I can take care of myself here, as in, you know, talking, and here. And that ain't just nobody talking shit. That's a nigga that talk real shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why I keep doing my videos, because I'm that dude. A lot of people here don't like me because, oh, they don't like the way I am, or, you know, I'm too militant. Whenever a black person speaks out or whatever, it turns white folk, it turns y'all way. It's okay for you guys to talk shit, be hypocritical behind, as long as you do it discreetly and say no offense. You can be racist and feel whatever way you want to feel about niggers and blacks and this, that, and the third. But as long as you're not out in the public doing it, if you are, you're called a Karen. But as long as you do it within your peers and away from somebody, it's okay. Like yesterday, I went to pick up my stuff from Bodman's auction, right? And I was making a video, but I didn't even put it up. And I was talking some real shit. Some white lady in joggers walking behind me, hearing the whole thing. So when I started talking about my thoughts on whites and what this, that, and the third, and she got in the middle of a conversation. Well, and so she was like this, and it made her feel a certain way. I didn't give a fuck. I didn't stop saying what I was saying in the video because I don't know this bitch. And if I didn't know her, I don't care what you think. I don't give a flying fuck. You're not black. You don't know what we went and what we go through in life. You are privileged because the system systematically shows your privilege to a certain extent, because at the end of the day, you're not on that pedestal where others are, so they don't give a shit about you. They may care about you a little more than they do me. Like if we're a stack of 100 sheets of paper, I may be at 75 pages while you may be at 80 to 100, depending on where you are and how you look. But at the same time, you're still on the stack of papers next to me. So at the end of the day, people need to understand that and understand what I mean by that. You know what I'm saying? I spit straight facts. It's not about me coming up here being racist or this and that, or, oh, you're fucked up to say that. I'm going to say what the fuck I'm going to say. I don't like Biden. I never did. He was a piece of shit vice president. He's a bigger piece of shit president. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't even take care of his own family. His wife, his first fucking family is dead. His son's a fucking cokehead because his father was too busy playing a political game, like most people who their careers mean more than their children. That's why a lot of white kids grow up fucked up, and you know a lot of them don't grow up with no real good family backing. And then if you do come from a family that hits you and fuck you up every now and again, you gotta be mentally fucked up in the head because they don't know how to deal with. A lot of them don't know how to deal with stress. They think striking a child's okay, but beating up a black person, fucking them up and hanging them and killing them and raping them and doing all that shit, it's okay because they were property. It's alright if a cop beat up or shoot somebody because they're not listening, as long as you don't strike your child. But hey, you see a homeless person in the street, look, get your shit together, nigga. Get your shit together, you nasty motherfucker. But you could see a damn animal, oh my god, the dog, the cat. People are hypocrites and they're fucked up. You're not gonna like this video, I don't give a fuck, because at the end of the day, I'm gonna always come up here and spit the truth and speak my mind. And that's why it's my channel, my thoughts on my channel. And again, I'm not going to keep illustrating it and say that I'm not a racist. You're going to believe what the fuck you're going to believe. You're going to like. I'm not the kind of person that sit there and try to get people or depict people to like me because I feel like I should be liked. One thing I learned on life is, as long as I come home and the people in my house that I raised and gave life to and live with cares about what I think, and my people's like my nigga, one guy outside of my sons, I would go to hell. I would go through the gates of hell for and with, is my nigga Russell. And you know what I'm saying? He is one of the only people outside of my house, outside of my two sons. Not the only, but one of the only niggas I would go to war with and for. Because we are two peas in the same pod. Other than that, I don't really give a fuck about anybody outside my circle. I don't give a fuck about what nobody or how they think of me, how they perceive me. You like me, I'm a cool person, fine. You don't, fine. I call facts for what the fuck it is. It is what it is. You know, this country was built on the genocide, the rape, the conquerization, that's not a word, but you guys know where I'm going with it, of the people of this land, where white folks from Europe came over here and called them savages. But then you came over here and raped, killed, and stole their land, but they're the savages. And then you think you're doing them a favor by getting them hooked on booze, giving them little fucked up pieces of land on federal land that you guys took from them, and then saying, fuck it, we'll let you build casinos. And because they were naive enough to fall for that, y'all expect a black man who came here and worked for free. Asians were mistreated along with Mexicans, yes, and they still got paid to be on this land and build the roads, blow up shit to have track go through this and that and all that. The black man and the black woman were raped by their masters. Their children were sold. They were treated like a fucking bag of bread, treated like sex slaves, killed, mutilated, and weren't even allowed to be able to read and all that shit because the paranoia of white folks back there. This country was built on that sacrilegious, crazy shit. And it still goes on in 2022, but then you guys get upset when black people know their rights and they're upset at what the fuck still goes on in 2022. Then y'all have the audacity to sit there and say, oh, well, you know, that if you're not guilty of something, why you got to be this way and why that way? Because you're not a person of color. You don't come from where we come from. We know we're the bottom of the tadpole as far as the system is set up. The system is set up for us to fail and imprison us and treat and be antagonistic toward us. And then when we come up a certain way, we're either passive aggressive, or just straight up thugs and crazies. But then when a white person can go into church and kill motherfuckers, oh, we got to study this. Oh, it must have been something that triggered him. Timothy McVeigh was a white man that you guys put down because he was truly somebody that knocked down the man by blowing up that federal building in Oklahoma, and you guys put him to death quick because he was truly not a part of your plan and what you guys wanted to do, and y'all looked at him as being an outright threat, so that's why they killed his ass off real quick. But then you got people like Chris Dona, who was a Marine, who got tired. You know, he got tired of how the system was. See, this system creates domestic terrorism. This system and this country turns motherfuckers into psychos, even whites, everybody. I equally love everybody, and I equally I equally hate everybody. I'm only spitting straight facts. It does not mean I dislike and hate white folks, because it wasn't for white folks. A lot of white folks got hung with us. White folks are the reason why a lot of us are free, and there's a lot of white folks to this day that marry and deal with blacks, and they look at you. They don't look at color. They look at you as an individual. They don't give a fuck. They be out like, these niggas doing crazy shit just like we do, but it doesn't make them racist. It makes it true facts. So at the end of the day, people are people. But I'm just only spitting straight facts and trying to open people's minds and let people know that, yo, the more people start talking about this shit and getting up in it, the more shit will change. But until then, y'all keep being discreet and keep being in denial. Shit's only going to get worse, because it's only getting worse. Everybody always, it's not Trump's fault. It's y'all fault. It's our fault. It's everybody's fault. You know, like this whole war going on. The government didn't go in and do a damn thing, but they want to donate money that don't even belong to them. But explain to yourself why you could donate money for wars in other countries, but you can't even take care of your own fucking fellow citizens on your own land. Why Biden and everybody can't give millions or billions of dollars to the poor? Because they want to keep you down. You keep yourself up by keeping others down. It's that fucking simple. That's how systematically shit is. It's made up to be a certain way. It's made up for the media to do and play both sides to the fence like they're there for you. In reality, they're not. They're being controlled by bigger, better masses to control you by controlling you. If you know what that means. If you don't, I got too much shit in my head to sit here and talk about the baby you and hold your hand. You know what I'm saying? So going back to this shit, this dude can go in there and kill off 9 people in the fucking church. Not a scratch on him, not a mark, not a little piece of blood, not a paper cut. They handcuffed him. Fucking sheriff took money out of his own pocket, brought this motherfucker Burger King. Then the judge, this piece of shit, turns around and gives this nigga $1 million bail. I don't give a fuck if it's a $1 million bail to be hold. There should be no bail. I don't give a fuck if he has no chance to get out. Just by saying bail means that he could be out. Nah. Y'all give this nigga a bail and give him Burger King. When a black man gets out and run, and or a black sister could be in her own house, and y'all can fucking break in, don't announce yourselves, kill her and legally get away with it. That's some crazy shit. When y'all can kill a black unarmed man in a fucking wheelchair with nowhere to go, that's some crazy shit. When you can sit there and choke a black man out on 2 different occasions, and then other niggas is like, oh well, they look at George Floyd like he's a hero because they sit there and put Black Lives Matter on the street and then putting up statues like that's gonna change shit. That ain't gonna change nothing. Because the Black Lives Matter movement is ran and owned by some selfish, dumb, jigaboo nigga bitch who don't give a fuck about none of y'all dumbass niggas out there. This bitch is more about taking care of her family and her friends. That hoe don't give a fuck about none of y'all. She using that shit for her advantage. She's taking just as much, if not even more, advantage of the Black Lives Matter movement and people that really give a fuck about trying to change up society and shit. That nigga bitch don't care about y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to sit there and start being leaders and start learning and thinking for yourselves and stop following behind every other idiot. Like for instance, I'm gonna get back to what I was saying, but like for instance, people turned around, right? And I remember years ago, 2013 or 12, and I have a lot of friends, white, black, blue, whatever. I never fought under pressure. I don't believe in peer pressure. I never joined nobody's organizations, gangs, none of that bullshit. You know, I am a traveling man, though. I'm going to put that out there. Other than that, I don't believe in other shit that has nothing to do with anything. You know what I'm saying? So outside of that, now you turn around and during the ice bucket challenge, I have friends that challenged me to that. I didn't get into it because I'm not into trends. I don't do shit just because everybody else is doing it. Something's got to have a meaning for me. It started out as a good meaning, but then everybody else just took it elsewhere because they just wanted to be acknowledged. And I had a lot of people challenge me to the ice bucket challenge. I didn't do it. And when I explained it to them why I didn't do it, they're like, oh, here he go again. I don't give a fuck. Same thing with this milk crate shit. Y'all can all sit here and do these challenges. People are fucking getting killed, breaking noses, wrists, ribs, arms, legs, all types of shit. Being paralyzed from fucking doing these dumbass milk crate challenges because it's easier to sit there and try to have self-gratification for what you're doing and your actions to prove that you're better than the next person by going out there saying, hey, look what I can do. I need the attention. I want the attention. And then if you pass it, it makes you feel like you're on top of the world and you're better than another person. But nobody can go out there and do that same kind of challenge. Hey, I'm going to go out there and challenge people to go out there and feed the homeless. Give $5 to somebody. Give a motherfucker a pair of sneakers and a t-shirt. I even did a video on that. And motherfuckers out there, no feedback. Now, if I went out there and said I'm going to smack a homeless person as a challenge, not only would I be arrested, but I would have hundreds of thousands of fucking followers and comments, thumbs ups, and everybody watching the video. But because I went out there and hugged a homeless woman and spoke to her a little bit and challenged y'all motherfuckers, nobody wanted to do it. Because why? Because it was about giving something you didn't want to give, something you hold precious. I don't hold shit precious. That's why I'm always selling and trading shit, because this is all shit that I remember back in the day. I love this stuff. You know, I could sit back and reminisce on it, but at the end of the day, if all this shit goes up tomorrow, yeah, I'll be upset, but I ain't gonna be depressed enough to put a bullet in my fucking head because this shit is all materialistic. I can't take this shit with me. Only thing I could take with me is nothing, because all I know about death is nothingness. I have a lot of loved ones that were close to me. I never heard one person come back and be like, Mike. Well, white folks, I hate to say it, but y'all motherfuckers are so entitled that y'all aliens want to kidnap y'all. Y'all always see ghosts. You saw your grandmother, your grandfather, your sister, your cousin Ray Ray, and your boy Buki from down the street. You seen all that. You're so fucking self-entitled that y'all see shit nobody else see. But if y'all seen ghosts, explain to me why not one slave ghost came back and fucked any of y'all up because y'all white. I'm just saying shit for what it is. If niggas out there, I just don't get it. It just don't add up and make sense to me personally. You understand? Now moving back to this shit. This dude, and it's always something triggered them to go into a mental mode and do crazy, mentally disturbed shit. But whenever a nigga do something, not only does it punish all of us, it makes us mad. Because we like, what the fuck you doing dumb, idiotic, niggerish shit like this? What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, every time we try to take a step forward, we're putting a fucking big-ass rubber band and flung fucking 50 miles backward. Like, that makes no fucking sense. You understand me? And it's like we don't got enough hard times and shit going on. Then you got all these shootings going on. You got this crazy other white boy who's shooting up fucking supermarkets. You got these Middle Eastern or these so-called wherever the fuck they come from, dudes blowing up people in bombings. Now you got two other niggas that just want to pick people off in a damn Oldsmobile Caprice and start shooting at everybody, blacks, whites, and everybody. I mean, it's just crazy. Let me tell you something. There's racism, hatred, anger, and psychoticness in every race. Y'all may sit up here and say, "Oh, you're a racist." I'm not a racist. I'm racist because I'm spitting straight facts and the truth. I'm only saying shit for what the fuck it is. How does that make me a racist? I never sat up here and say, "Oh, I hate all white people. Fuck them all. And they should all die because my people were enslaved." And what the fuck is going on with all these innocent blacks being killed and wrongly accused? No, you never heard me say nothing like that. I'm just spitting straight facts and the history of this country and the history of what's going on around it and in it. Blacks and Latinos don't have power. We don't have that kind of power or manipulation or anything to do shit that Asians and Caucasian America is doing. And the reason I say Asian because look at North Korea, China. They're Asian. And look at what goes on in the world with everybody else that's in power. You ain't no niggas up there that runs around and do all this. It is what the fuck it is. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not the kind of person that when I see a white man walking with a fine ass sister, and I be like, look at that sellout bitch. Look at this fucking cracker, motherfucker. Look at this bitch. She gonna sell out. Look at this motherfucker. Now he want one of ours. Like his ancestors didn't have enough. I'm not that kind of person. I'm like, oh, that's what's up, man. She's pretty. I'm like, all right, brother. I'm like, and I say, brother, all right, brother, you got you one. Okay, all right. I'm happy, cause that means that this dude this dude loves people as a person. And when I see a brother, half the time, a lot of brothers be with them ugly ass white women. One, I forgot what comedian said it, but he said it best. Like when it comes to white guys pick up when they get a sister, and that is so fucking true. But a lot of times when a black man get a white woman. But she loves him, he loves her. It is what it is. But to be honest, man, I mean, I don't get me wrong. I know some brothers that got some nice looking white women, beautiful women too. But beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Look at Amber Heard. Everybody thinks she's pretty. I think to me, she looks like an ugly, aging Middle Eastern Russian whore that's walking the streets of the Czech Republic looking for, trying to get tricks or turn tricks. I don't think she's attractive at all. She got these bags under her eyes. She got a funny shaped nose, funny shaped lips. She got a big forehead, funny shaped, regular, typical body on her. I don't see nothing about her really attractive. I think she's a typical, regular looking woman who thinks she's all that, and she's nowhere near it. I think she's ugly, and I think her sister's even uglier. I think they're both liars. I think she's a manipulative, spoiled brat who comes from a fucked up family of think they privileged white folks who do fucked up shit, who rationalize the actions they got, and that's why they raising two lying whore bitches that show the same symptoms and shit. I've never heard nothing bad about Johnny Depp. All I heard was nothing good about Johnny Depp. I mean, I know people that met him, know him, and I've heard nothing all these years. I never heard no controversial thing about him other than drugs and stuff like that, which is coming out now. But who hasn't done drugs and drunk and shit in Hollywood? Most of these guys, especially people that are into rock bands and shit, doesn't make him a great person, doesn't make him a bad person. I know people that done drugs and did alcohol, and they better than people that never did none of that, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So there's good and bad in everything, but I just think that this whole trial thing's a fucking joke. I'm happy and I'm hoping that all this shit backfires on her, because you fuck people up, and a lot of women out there don't realize, when you scream rape and you do shit like this, they always say there's nothing worse than a woman scorned. When women get angry and mad, they become very evil and vindictive. It doesn't matter what language they speak, what part of earth they come from, what color skin they have. They can be very evil and sadistic bitches. You know what I'm saying? And when I say the word bitches, I mean the ones out there that do fucked up, cunty, manipulative shit. I'm not saying all women in general. I'm just saying a lot of them out there are very fucked up, and a woman can be very, 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 very malicious and evil and nasty if you get her there. And in this situation, I think it's like everybody sitting here making him out to be the monster, but let y'all motherfuckers stay there from 9 months to 2 years, rent free. Y'all sitting there eating Starbucks and living off this man's dime and hard work. And then y'all sitting here, you know, making jokes and cracking jokes about him lying and setting shit up. And it's like everybody is sitting there saying he's this, but then only a few people in her inner circle are saying that. Like, that's self-explanatory too. It's all hoax. It's all fixed. Somehow along the line, she's still taking care of some people on the side, so they feel obligated to her. There's no obligation to Johnny Depp. It's the truth. You know, they always say there's two sides to the story. Then there's the truth in between that, and I truly believe that. I'm not gonna say Johnny Depp is an angel and he's, you know what I'm saying, he's you know, like he is the true victim here. But, you know, like, that whole thing, first of all, that whole thing about Amber Heard having a perfect ass and being imprinted, I think that's bullshit that came out of her mouth. First of all, she's a typical average-looking white woman. It ain't nothing beautiful about or magnificent about her ass. Now, J-Lo back in the day, now that's an ass. I can't say Cardi B and some of the other rappers, women rappers out there, because I personally don't like women that enhance their bodies and do shit like the Kardashians. I basically think the Kardashians are cursed women for black people. I think niggas, black men should stay away from Kardashians. Period. Black people, period. Because look what Black China going through too. I just think that's a fucked up cursed family. And I don't see nothing attractive about them. I think maybe Caitlyn Jenner is probably the nicest looking one out of all of them. But other than that, she's still a Kardashian. I mean, even the Caitlyn Jenner, I mean, it's still part of the family. So all that shit is self-explanatory. Y'all can sit here and say, oh, look at you. How you talking? You some old, ugly-ass, bald-headed, who lost a lot of weight, funny-looking, gorilla-looking nigga. Yeah, I look like a gorilla. I don't give a fuck. I got a beautiful wife, 2 out of 3 successful kids. Hopefully the third one grow up to be that way, and that's all that matters to me. They out of trouble. They're healthy. They're doing the right thing because they were raised right. And I am an ugly, gorilla-looking-ass motherfucker with health problems who lost a lot of weight because I'm that disciplined. Call me what you want. I don't give a flying fuck. Just don't call me late for my own funeral, because guess what? It doesn't matter, because when I'm dead, I ain't gonna notice it anyway. As long as I know I leave behind my family that's gonna love, cherish me, and hopefully what I taught them, they'll take that to the next generation, and that's how I live on. You live on through your loved ones. You know what I'm saying? So outside of that, moving on to this whole trial, I think it's all bullshit, like everybody else. I hope that Amber Heard loses all her shit. I hope that she doesn't get no good roles. I hope the only roles they allow her to get is the Montana Fishburne situation. You know what I mean? I hope the only roles she get is porn industry or real fucked up B movies. You know, I hope everything backfires on her and her group of liars. And she must have the stupidest fucking lawyers on earth. They all dingbats, especially that dumb dingbat bitch that's her lawyer. She not only is she mentally disturbed and stupid, but her lawyers are too. Outside of that, I'm gonna leave that as that. Now moving back on to other shit. Now you got this crazy ass white boy that killing all these people in the supermarket. Isn't it funny how they placate and play so much shit in the media with this all over the world with the black dude that shot all these people in the subway, this fucking retard. But explain to me why is not the same coverage and the same shit going on with the white boy that shot all these people on his racist slur, this racial shit in Albany. In Buffalo. One thing I know about upstate New York is there's a lot of Klansmen and Tea Party people up there. Upstate New York is very segregated and very racist. So nothing on earth shocks me anymore. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that I could be shocked is if a Ku Klux Klan member, you know what I'm saying, is out with his Klansmen and a black baby falls and breaks its leg and he decides to move the barrier out the way, take off his robe or something and use it as a tourniquet to keep that child's leg and pick up the child, you know what I'm saying, soothe her and call an ambulance and ride with her. That's the only fucking thing on the face of this planet that would ever shock me and probably make me cry, because at the end of the day, humans are humans. Everybody needs to get off this high pedestal shit thinking they're better than others. I personally said what I said about the president and his family because I don't like the man. I know that he's a piece of shit. When this bastard is in office, everybody can say what they want to say about Trump or whatever. He was the better man for the job. He doesn't know how to talk to people, but at the same time, me you and anybody else watching this was not personally affected in any fucking way when he was president. This fucking old, corrupt, decrepit, dementia having piece of shit and his vice whore and everybody else is in office. Now we're all being affected even worse than when Bush was in office for 8 years, with gas prices being crazy, inflation. We're gonna go back into another fucking recession. Now you can't even fucking buy and or have plastic bags. You gotta go to the store and pay for everything. Everything is up in price. Now on top of that, just to carry your shit, you gotta pay anywhere from 25 cents to a fucking dollar for bags that are used out of recycled plastic and paper anyway. That makes no fucking sense. You mean to tell me you're getting rid of plastic bags and paper bags and you're selling recycled bags? When we all know that your taxpayers, we taxpayers, pay for recyclables. But they only use about 10 to 15 fucking percent of recyclables to recycle shit. But they still keep cutting trees down. And then the other fucking 70 to 85% of the recycled waste they consider contaminated, they dump it illegally anyway, which costs us even more money. So it's a catch-22 and double advocate the system plays. Why you guys think these people that run these corporations and run these garbage companies and shit, these motherfuckers are rich? They are rich and they are corrupt because they are paid and they give money to more corrupt, perverted, sick, sadistic fucking politicians that run us all into the ground, but then they can't understand why people want to riot the Capitol. Everybody in this country are getting tired of police brutality, FBI, all the alphabet government boys bullshit. Y'all can sit here and say, oh, he's ranting, he's another one. I'm not sitting here talking about hurting nobody. Do I hope that Biden dies and suffer a excruciating pain? So fucking what? Yes, I do. He's a piece of shit, and I wish nothing but the worst on him. Do I wish that somebody caused him harm? No. But I hate him. And I have every right to hate whoever the fuck I want. I don't care if people say, oh, what you're saying is harsh. It's a harsh world. People need harsh reality, and I don't give a flying fuck. I really don't. And I'm not hostile, angry, or bitter. I'm just saying shit for straight facts. I'm a very truthful person that come up here and spit straight facts, and I spit what's on my mind, and I have the balls to sit there and do it because I don't give a fuck what nobody think. I always spit my mind and spit the truth, whether you like it or not. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I'm that nigga. I call shit for what I call it for. One thing I always teach my kids, you don't break two things in this world as a man, your word and your balls. I'd rather be hung up high than to be fucking kicked down low. Anyway, I'm going to leave it as that. You know what I'm saying? It's not even about people liking, subbing me. You know what I'm saying? All I want is real motherfuckers coming up here saying, yo, real talk, real facts, and just talking. I don't need none of that hypocritical bullshit. I don't care if you like what I say or not. Again, I'm not going to keep, explaining myself on my actions and trying to convince people that I'm not this or I'm not that. You're going to believe and think whatever you're going to believe and think anyway. That's for you to judge. Anyway, peace.